Chance for the president to meet the recognized leader of one of the most powerful nations in the world is an opportunity that shouldn't be missed, especially with the country still battling with a global menace and trying to get back on its feet. Much can be gained from meeting the U.S. president, not just in improving our economy, but in further cementing our bond to one of our most beloved and reliable allies. Alan Francisco keeps us updated on the president's activities in New York with this report.
July of this year, the Embassy of the Philippines in the United States confirmed that U.S. President Joe Biden invited President Marcos Jr. to visit Washington. And with the visit of President Marcos here in the United States, next to the United Nations General Assembly, the two world leaders are expected to meet. According to Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles, the two leaders will discuss a strengthening of relations between the Philippines and America. The cooperation between the two countries is more than 76 years. She said, the possible topics of discussion are trade development, investment in the Philippines, and other global issues. At the New York Stock Exchange Economic Forum, where President Marcos was a guest, the chief executive said he could not see the future of the Philippines without its longtime ally, the United States. Before that, President Marcos and Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio had met for the first time here in New York. But Prime Minister Fumio had already congratulated President Marcos on his win in the election. According to Secretary Angeles, the two leaders discussed development in the Philippines-Japan bilateral relations. They witnessed the developing and deepening cooperation of the two countries within the 11 years of the strategic partnership in addressing the issues of security and defense, particularly on maritime security, maritime law enforcement capacities, and peace in Mindanao. In the meeting, the two emphasized the commitment to strengthen cooperation in response to the challenges and opportunities in the regional security and economic landscape. President Marcos said, in 60 years of having bilateral ties, the Philippines and Japan had the closest partnership in the region. The president also shared the priorities of his administration in matters of agriculture, food and energy security, infrastructure development, and cybersecurity. Prime Minister Kishida promised to support the economic development of the Philippines to become an upper middle-income country. Secretary Angeles added, the two leaders expressed confidence that their bilateral cooperation in the next years will boost regional peace and stability and will provide a good life to their respective subjects. President Marcos also met with former United Kingdom Prime Minister Anthony Charles Linton Blair here in New York. The president also met with the U.S. Association of Southeast Asian Nations Business Council and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The president discussed the priorities of the Philippines, as he earlier said, to the General Assembly and the bilateral economic and investment agenda of the government of the Philippines. According to the official website of the U.S. ASEAN Business Council, for over 35 years, their group has been the premier advocacy organization of U.S. corporations within ASEAN. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, according to their online profile, is an association of small businesses and Chamber of Commerce in the U.S. The group goes to help create jobs and grow the economy. In the meeting, President Marcos said that the new ways must be searched to strengthen the relationship between the U.S., ASEAN, and the Philippines.
We really have to leverage whatever assets, whatever capabilities, whatever we have, so that we can maximize our ability to grow and to pull the economy. Let us find new ways. Let us find new ways to partner. Let us find new ways to develop. Let us find new ways to strengthen this relationship between the United States, ASEAN, and the Philippines. And in that way, the synergies that we will find in that kind of relationship will be to the benefit of us all.
In a statement, Secretary Angeles said that the meeting of the president with the two mentioned institutions was conducted by the government to encourage investors in the country. She said the president believes that the two institutions are important partners for the development of business in the country and the creation of many more jobs for Filipinos. The chief executive also had a meeting with American Global Food Corporation, Cargill. Alan Francisco for The Nation, New York City, USA.